2 minutes remaining in your warm-up. As a reminder, bowlers, you are responsible for writing your scores down at the conclusion of each game and turning in your recap sheet to the tournament table. As a courtesy to the other competitors, as you finish your game and move lanes, please allow the pair you are moving to time to complete their game, and only athletes are to be in the sentee area. Also, to ensure names and scores move across the house, please press the arrows on the console before moving to your next pair. Now, let's give these athletes a round of applause as they begin round 2 of their tournament competition. Bowlers, when your arrows come up, you may begin your tournament play. Good luck.
Welcome back to Bowl TV, everyone, and the 2019 USBC Team USA Trials and U.S. Amateur Championships taking place at the Gold Coast Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. My name is Aaron Smith, sitting alongside Emil Williams Jr. We also have Matt Cannizzaro, Jason Thomas, and Brant Houghton here in attendance helping out this week on the communications, the media, the social media, anything team trials. We're doing cool things with it, hopefully. Welcome to the men's second round of qualifying. This is a 6-game block where competitors will move each and every game. They got 10 minutes of warm-up on this a 38-foot pattern being used today. We saw a similar version earlier for the women's second round of qualifying. This pattern also 38 feet in length. A few more mills out there, 21 in change. Specifically, .52 mils using the Kegel Ice Oil. The women's squad earlier today was 18 mils, so a little bit less than the 31 these gentlemen faced yesterday. We'll certainly give you a rundown of the women's second round. Take a look at the day and overall leaders. There's some great stuff from Shannon Bluchowski, PWBA star and 18-time member of Team USA. She had the high block of the day on the 38-foot condition. Get you that rundown. We'll take a look at the men's standings from yesterday, of course. We'll give you the rundown of the scoring system and more. How you make Team USA and Junior Team USA at the end of the week, all the good stuff. But as we settle in, once again, 6-game block here today, 38-foot pattern. Let's meet our players. Join us here in game one on 43 and 44. Brandon Wanders up for his second frame on 44. Getting ready to bowl on 43 is Michael Martell. He was a member of Junior Team USA in 2018. Also on the pair, we have Hunter Sanders, Michael Harmon Jr., and Matthew Stevens. We saw Harmon in 2018 on the Junior Gold TV show. So good to see him again. Definitely a talented young player. On 45 and 46, Con Kurt is going to step up first. The always tricky 3-9-10. Left in his second frame, looking to take care of that. It's going to be followed on 45 by Matt Russo. Russo, a 2-time adult Team USA member, along with a stint on Junior Team USA. Was the 2017 U.S. Amateur Championships winner. Was the runner-up last year in Las Vegas. Recently came off a great showing at the PAPCON Champion of Champions event. To make one more stint on Team USA. Russo's going to be joined by Tyrell Ingalls, Jordan Bryant, and stepping up on 46, Austin Audi. Not going to lie, looking at our featured pair during the 10-minute warm-up, we had about 4.5 minutes of it on Bowl TV here. So we made sure everything was up and running. A lot of urethane going down the lane. I mean, a lot of urethane on these featured pairs specifically. Saw a few guys try to move in towards the back part of practice, but the first few minutes say either 7 or 8 of the guys on lanes 43 through 46 were using urethane somewhere on the first arrow area. Some a little inside of that, 7-8. So the pattern definitely looked tricky for the women earlier today, so we'll see how it plays out on the men's side. As they get their first crack here before score. As we mentioned from the women's squad earlier today, Shannon Pluhowski, the player to beat, averaged 234, a 1406 total. It's followed by Sydney Brummett, Stephanie Johnson, Lauren Pate, and Erin McCarthy. Top 5, Dakota Hazelwood was 6th, Abby Ragsdale 7th, Brenda Padilla 8th, Caitlin Eder 9th. And rounding out the top 10 was Paige Peters with 1252. Total of only 30 players of the 152 plus on the women's side for day number 2. Now, for those of you who have been in the broadcast a few times this week, this is the repetitive part of the broadcast, and you've heard it before. You'll hear it again throughout the course of the week because I'm going to continue to say it because I just want to introduce it to any new viewers. But Team USA Trials is essentially 5 tournaments in one. So you have 6 games a day over 5 days. And you receive ranking points for each day based off of your spot in the standings. So at the end of it all, you want to have the lowest total possible. Essentially, that's the most consistent performance you can have. So on the women's side, for instance, we mentioned Shannon Pluhowski had the best squad of the day. So because she finished first, she received 1 ranking point. Sydney Brummett was 2nd. She received 2 ranking points. Brenda Padilla was 8th. She got 8 points. If we look at Taylor Bolt-Tice, she was 16th. She got 16 points for the day, so on and so forth till you get down to the final spots. So once again, you want to keep that score as low as you can throughout the course of the 5 days, and that cumulative total will determine our Team Trials champion, who's making the U.S. Amateur Stepladder Finals, and also who's earning automatic spots on Team USA and Junior Team USA for 2019. So after 2 days on the women's side, we mentioned Taylor Bolt-Tice finished 16th. Today she was 6th on day 1. So 16 plus 6. That adds up to 22. So for Taylor, 22 points through her 2 blocks so far. Sarah Kanimoto, 23 points, sits in 2nd. Sydney Brummett, 3rd, 28 points. Kelly Kulik in 4th, 30 points. Missy Parkin rounds out the top 5, 35 points. For Pluhowski, she was in 36th after day 1. And then after that was first, so 36 plus 1, 37. She's in 7th place. Kayla Hicks was in 6th, 36 points. Jordan Newham, 8th, 38 points. Erin McCarthy, 44. And Julia Bond, 45 points. So as you can see, there's definitely a lot of fluctuation throughout the course of a squad. That's how we get to the good stuff at the end of the tournament. Top performers on the men's side in day 1, Andrew Hall, 14.78, average 246. Then we saw a run of left-handers follow him in the standings. Jacob Nimps, Anthony Nyer, Wesley Lowe, Zach Singer, Charlie Reed, all coming from the left side of the lane, having a good day. Tommy McNeil in 7th, Michael Tang 8th, John Janowitz 9th, and Darren Tang 10th. So there was the rundown of the top 10 on the men's side after the first round. A lot of youthful players there. Definitely some young and upcoming talent showcasing that skill on day one. That's right, Mandy. Low ranking scores. Lowest total you can get is 5. That would be really, really impressive. Be multiple high fives doled out for that. For those of you curious for more information on the event, bowl.com/Team USA Trials. That's where you can find your standings, your oil patterns, your lane assignments, and more. Also have a link to live scoring, so you can follow your favorite players across the house. Keep an eye on them score-wise, and once they hit lanes 43 through 46, you can watch them compete. Martel gets that 4-pin to spin out. Mike's a really solid collegiate player, as we mentioned, part of Junior Team USA 2018. Attends Robert Morris, Illinois, or Robert Morris University, RMU, Illinois. Recently came off a nice showing at one of the Pennsylvania events. Let's see. I want to get it correct, so I'll look it up. But shot 299 out of the gates to prevail in the individual standings. Robert Morris also took a team title home last week in PA. It's at the Keystone Quaker Classic. Six for six, Michael Harmon Jr. We did see we had two players, I believe, start with the front nine on the women's side in game number one. On their way to 270 starts, or 270 plus, I should say. For Russo, gets to the 1-2, cannot connect. With the 10 pin, though, Russo had a dominating performance in Las Vegas just a few weeks ago as part of the Weber International crew, competing in a pair of Tier 1 events. Glenn Carlson and the Collegiate Shootout, winning the individual portion at both events. So we know he's comfortable here. However, big change for Russo. In those past few weeks, he actually changed bowling ball companies. So now sponsored by 900 Global. Global 900? I always forget the order.
900 Global.
900 Global. Emil Williams Jr., everybody. Welcome, my man.
Hello. Thanks.
So for Russo, kind of had one of those days here at the team trials where you just kind of make your way through it. Never really had anything too crazy. Last game was 234. That was his big game of the day. But really didn't let too many games get away from him either. 199, 185 out of the gates. And just kind of grinded his way out the rest of the way. 219, 2-0, 210, and the 230 finish to get to 50 over. So he's tied for 59th after day one. But that's not a bad place to be either. Obviously, we all want to be first every day. That's the goal. As competitors, that's the natural move. But there's definitely rougher positions to be in as well. Nice shot there, Mr. Kurt. Send the pins around. But he put himself in a manageable position moving the rest of the way out. Obviously, going to make it a little bit tougher. But we've seen Matt perform well at this event over the course of the past few years. As we mentioned earlier, 2017 U.S. Amateur Champion and was the runner-up at the U.S. Amateur last year. So we certainly would not be surprised if Mr. Russo quickly finds himself with a few top fives in here within the next few days.
watching Michael Martell in a very intense match at Junior Gold prior to the finals. I don't remember the opponent. Might have been Jacob Mullen to get the final spot on TV, if I'm not mistaken. But just awesome display of bowling. Both competitors, but there's a couple things he did throughout the week that just stood out to me as well. I think last year team trials, he
had a big final day, I believe.
Oh, right.
Had a 300. I think he led the final day. As we mentioned, earned a spot on the junior team. But yes, Martell very close to making TV the past 2 years at Junior Gold. Just missed the show in Cleveland in 17. Nice shot there from Russo. Got a strike on both lanes now.
He made the change in frame 3. At least a change to urethane. I'd have to assume that he started with something reactive, but I'm not completely sure. But I am familiar with that brand's urethane ball, and I'm pretty sure that's it. I mentioned fries. No, we didn't get fries. And I feel that we really hyped that up too. So we apologize for that because we didn't even get fries.
We didn't.
But we did have a discovery, and I won't spend too much time on it. In fact, maybe I'll even save it. But we certainly, I know I did, forgot about a restaurant with some fantastic fries. We'll get into that a little later. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Not only tuning in, but remembering and what we previously talked about and discussed. I know some folks have been asking maybe yesterday about Michael Harmon Jr. He hadn't crossed the featured pairs yet, so hopefully those who were curious or asking about it are in the chat now, or at least watching. Okay. That's a good break. Good break. Con Kurt. That is one of the finer names. I like that. Aaron, I'm envisioning some ball return in front of the ball return scenarios later this block.
You know what? I was when we were talking about talking about it over our non-French fry lunch. I was kind of thinking of that based off of just kind of some of the trends we saw. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if, I mean, obviously on our featured pair here, we got a lot of guys starting out with urethane, and I don't feel moving into the track or third arrow is going to be the next move. I can see some guys just making the big change early.
2-zone move.
And going from there, but that's also the main reason I'm back here is because I just watched. I don't compete like this.
Shout out to Merlina watching. Good to hear from you. 7-9, almost. That was over on 41. That was almost nasty. Good shot. He's a young man that I've grown to pretty fond of. I think he's pretty good. Tyrell Ingles. Yeah, we talked about USA Bowling earlier with the Peters sisters. In our first introduction to them, in the same situation here for Tyrell, as he was on the TV show in 2016.
2016, yes, the first, very first.
Yes, I believe
very
it was
first
the
televised final.
Yeah, the Lilburn Strikers, if I'm not mistaken. He's grown several inches. So he's, and you just kind of see but the growth and the maturation. But always kind of seems to me be in control of what he's doing. And he had a pretty good week here last year in Team USA Trials. And he was certainly in contention for some selections last year. Looking to do the same, obviously, but of course, the only way to ensure a spot is to be in the top 4.
That's right. Martell working on 5 out of the last 6.
A lot of Jersey in the chat. Shout out to New Jersey. Wow.
Giddy up. Martell was 25th yesterday. Aided by a 2:59 in the final game to get to 138 over. Michael Harmon Jr. adds one more. The grandson of USBC Hall of Famer Shirley Levins. 4 in a row to set the 10th for Brandon Wanders.
Double Hunter Sanders. I think he was on the featured pair once yesterday, if I recall correctly.
I think we did catch Hunter yesterday. So I came in potentially expecting some lower scores here on this 38-foot pattern on day 2. Have a chance to see 260, 250. Another 250. Con Kurt can make him dance. He's able to create some power. Just like that young man right there. Michael Martell adds another one. 5 in a row.
How does he get his ball to peel like that?
Huh?
How does he get his ball to peel like that?
Oh.
I mean, that ball is peeling.
Peeling.
I mean, just peeling off orange like it's an orange. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Peeling like an orange. Off the dry boards.
I mean, sometimes I just watch it all. Same thing with Michael Hart. His ball is not covering as many ground boards down lane as Michael's is, but some days we do this, man, and it's just, there's really not much to say. Just enjoy it. It's a very enjoyable game one.
I would agree. Yes.
Calvin Owl having a, let's see, Calvin with, what's that? It's at 7 in a row as we watch Martell peel. Oh. Very auspicious start to his game there, but right at the ship. Don't forget, folks, many of the links you need are in the event description.
Well, this should be fun, Mr. Williams. So we have Wesley Lowe making his way to one of our featured pairs coming in up next. Michael Harmon Jr., 267. Martell, but the conversion is going to be at 244. Brandon Wanders, 257, still out there, getting ready for his first shot of the 10th. Going to wait for Jordan Bryant, representing Lawrence Tech. Take care of his single pin.
We'll take it. We'll take it, Brandon.
Russo has been high flush these last few. It's one of those things where he might be obviously going to a different pair, you never know, but be a small adjustment away from having a Matt Russo kind of day.
Well, we've seen what that's like in person.
Well, either way for Wesley Lowe, he's going to follow Matt Russo or Michael Martell. Looks like Wesley will be on 45 and 46. So I'll get the opportunity to see a shot or two from Russo. Some struggles for Wesley though, 169 in the opener.
Bush. A good break there for Hunter. It's only 220s. That's a very good start. Folks put up some scores here. All right, 226 for Hunter Sanders. Nice game. Audi opened in the 10th, 182.
Tyrell can still get to 217. Russo with the spare, 207 max. He's going to grab something different, it looks like here. Talk about peeling off the spot. .207 finish for Russo. Problem on the spare for Tyrell. 197 max score. Got some names up there. 43 and 44. Jacob Nimps, Nick Sommer, Chase Benitez, Dean Vargo, and Trent Mitchell. .197 for Ingles will conclude game one. Game number two, round two, men's competition at the 2019 USBC Team USA Trials and US Amateur Championships. Coming up next here on Bull TV. Thanks again to everyone for spending some time with us here as we approach weekend status. Yeah. I mean, not technically not for us because we're working. We'll do that next weekend. But for the good people back at home, Dean Vargo, tripping twos, it's all good. little bit about the Keystone Quaker Classic, Game 1 with Michael Martell putting on a great performance. The individual standings, his teammate Chase Benitez, second overall. As the Eagles claim the crown at the Tier 1 event. Got to see Chase yesterday as well. Jacob Nims, that young man had himself a day. Finishing second overall. Thanks for that, Dennis. The ride was a rockin'. Sounds of bowling.
Thanks to whatever's in the car, Dennis. To the speakers. You know, good audio, good sound makes anything sound better.
Over on 45 and 46. Dakota Solanka, Julian Michael Salinas, Brandon Bonta, Alex Aguirre, and Wesley Lowe Jr. Question about bowling on the wrong lane. The rule for the event states bowling on the wrong lane constitutes a potential dead ball situation provided it is protested before the offending competitor bowls again. The competitor rolls a strike on the wrong lane. He or she must re-bowl on the correct lane. If the competitor does not strike, his or her pin count will stand. And he or she must shoot the spare on the same lane. Gotcha, my dude. Thank you. Alex Aguirre. My apologies to Alex. To Gary's question in the chat, that's actually been the rule here for USBC events for a while, I believe now. Concerning bowling on the wrong lane. This whole cleaning room situation has come over to a new chat, so that's fun. Ha. Shout out to the Woods family. Appreciate you joining us here in the chat. Appreciate everyone joining us here on Bowl TV. It's been a fun 2 days so far. We're looking forward to 3 more after this, especially the conclusion. On Monday evening, the U.S. Amateur Stepladder Finals, followed by the introduction of Team USA and Junior Team USA for 2019. quickly address a few additional questions to Gary's follow-up. Looking at the USBC rule book, bowl.com/USBC rules, best place to do that as well. Looks like there are several different scenarios, so a tournament like this does have the choice to let players finish the frame and then continue the rest of the way. On the correct lane, so once again, the rule I read off was specifically for this event. But if you're ever unsure, be sure to consort your league officials, because we know they have the USBC rulebook handy. We don't want to get you in trouble. Brendan asked, will the ladies be bowling tomorrow? Will they be live? And what time? Yes, and yes. It'll be 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. local time for the women's third round of competition. Jack's question about where can I find women's day 2 results? Bowl.com/Team USA Trials. Dakota delivers his second strike in lane 45. It's my first time seeing Dakota. What do we know about Dakota, Emil? Do we know anything yet? Other than he throws it really, really well?
Well, definitely right on how well he throws it. He does attend St. Ambrose.
St. Ambrose.
Who are having a fantastic season.
I was going to say, budding powerhouse.
Both men and women.
In the collegiate game. One of the all-time great nicknames of all-time great nicknames of school universities. Fighting Bees. Pierce Dakota's a freshman this year from Indianapolis.
I think he's a sophomore.
Oh. Well, now you tell me it's a 2017-2018 roster. All right, there we go.
So you're supposed to be SID, man.
Got that one tiny box in the corner. How am I? Oh, all I see is Fighting Bees. That's the right across the front of it. That's where all the action's at.
Indeed. And I only knew that because I recall seeing him last year, especially sectionals, because they were making a run. The Midwest sectional Fairview Heights.
Yeah, just looking at that roster, quite a few players in the field this week. I got a big team there. It's a solid collection of players. Between reading the rule book and looking at past seasons of St. Ambrose are in the 4th frame. It just went by like that. See, good stuff going on in the chat. Keeping us engaged as well. We do try our best to answer any questions you have. Just received some updated standings after game one, and it appears we saw 3 of the 4 highest games out of the gates. Michael Harmon Jr., 267. Leading the way. Alex Sorgi, 255. Brandon Wanders, 245. Michael Martell, 244. Jake Brett, 236. Anthony Nyer and Tom Hess, 228 apiece. Adam Zimmerman, 227. Hunter Sanders, also in our feature pair, 226. Spencer Robarge, 225. '64 of the 175 players plus. In the overall standings, Anthony Nyer currently leading the way. 9 total points so far. As we mentioned in the early going, he was second day 1. Currently 6th after 1 game here, so, or was it 6th or 7th? He must have been 3rd yesterday then. He was. Jacob Nibs was 2nd. There we go. So 3rd on day 1, currently 6th through 1 game in round 2. It's Brandon. Gives the 10-pin the business. So 6 plus 3, 9 points. Andrew Hall, our day 1 leader, 21 points. Tommy McNeil, 29 points. Michael Martell, 29 points. Dio Bernard, 31 points. So the youth theme continues here in the early going.
Anthony Nyer has really established himself as obviously someone who's just going to keep your eye on, kind of look forward to watching him bowl at this point based on his previous exploits on the lanes. Obviously both recently with U20 junior gold win and then a few years prior to that, U12. And so, you know, you say, okay, well, U12, that's actually something that when you think about junior gold, when the additional divisions were added, I'm not sure I thought about until it happened. That you said, oh, we've been seeing this young man or this young woman, you know, since they were 10 or 11, or they won the title at this age. And so you look at, you know, who are collegiate bowlers now or who are reaching that point and still having success. The Anthony Nyers and Spencer Robarge comes to mind, for example.
Yeah, Anthony's run on the youth side the past few years has been pretty ridiculous. That U12 win was in 2014. Just missed the show in 16, or just missed the show in 16, I believe. Made the show in U15 in 17. Lost to Solomon Salama. Of course, rolled the famous 299 on TV on the way to victory. Then wins at U20 in his first year. So has already had a year on Junior Team USA, has earned a spot 2019 already, based off of his win at Junior Gold. And I feel Anthony's going to be a guy that Gonna be repping the red, white, and blue for a while here. Of course, a great bowling family. His sister Alexis, collegiate star at Delaware State. He's also a member of Junior Team USA in 2018. Their dad, Andy, PBA Tour champion. Oh. Make him hurt, Wesley. Make him hurt. Zach Mitchell, front nine over on 3 and 4. Taking a look at live scoring. Like the big run of strikes so far. Here in game 2. So, of course, if Zach connects, our main man, Matt Canzaro, already down there. Have that ready to be posted on social media. Sport of Bowling USBC on Facebook, at USBC on Twitter, at US Bowling Congress on Instagram. Be sure to like, follow. Nice shot there by Alex. Big question in the chat from CWS fan. I can only assume that's Chicago White Sox. So there's at least two of you, Emil.
Hater.
How do you qualify for a tournament like this, and can anyone bowl in it? Obviously, having the Team USA portion of it, there are particular rules to qualify. To represent the national team. Team USA is the representative team, essentially, of the United States of America. So there's certainly certain qualifications to compete in the event for that aspect of it. I know a few years ago we had Giselle Paz compete from Puerto Rico. And that was an instance where she was ineligible for any part of qualifying for Team USA, Junior Team USA, anything like that. She could go out, obviously. A big part of the event is testing yourself on these conditions. She could go out, she could... Oh, nice cover there, Alex. Sending pins off the deck. We are up to 10 in a row now for Zach. Essentially, the main criteria is being a USBC member. I believe you do have to be 13. That goes along with going along with World Bowling rules for their minimum age for junior teams. You can see it all, though, in the official rules, as well as at bowl.com/Team USA, kind of the whole rundown, all the USOC compliance. We have 11. Zach Mitchell, way down on 3 and 4. Wesley's just so mean to those pins. So we patiently wait for live scoring to update. I hear clapping down there.
Let's go, Zach.
Bang.
There it is.
Zach Mitchell, 300. Way down on 3 and 4. Who said we were going to jinx it in the chat?
Both 300s have been on the extreme low end of the buildup.
But to get back to the question, there's essentially no, restrictions as far as youth status, amateur or professional. All players are welcome in that aspect. We have many competitors who are still competing in events like the Junior Gold Championships, USA Bowling. We have collegiate age athletes. We have professionals. Heck, we even have Hall of Famers competing. Very quietly to our right, Jonathan Lovett.
Yeah,
this is going for 290.
He's doing his thing.
So much excitement here.
He's got himself a 300 in the last 3 weeks.
That's correct. We're at Glenn Carlson, representing Pikeville. All right, the exact wording in the rules. Once again, always getting back to that. All participants must be USBC members in good standing, and participants must be U.S. citizens and eligible to compete on Team USA in accordance with Olympic Charter Rule number 41, nationality of competitors. Cover of the washout there by Brandon Bonta, another talented young player. We've got to see grow through programs like Junior Gold and USA Bowling. Go. Get over there, Nick. Kick it out. Double in the 10th. Jacob Nibs finishes up with 212. Dean Vargo 202. Trent Mitchell. Chance to get to 213 still. Dakota Solanka. 179. Julian from way downtown can get to 184. Alex Aguirre, max score of 180. Messenger for Trent, taking care of business. Double in the 10th. Trent finishes up with 212. Nick gets to 188. Chase, good shot to kick off the 10th. Can't get the 10 out though. I know someone asked a little bit earlier in the chat what Chase was throwing there. That looks like an Ebonite choice. So it came back. Wesley Lowe, chance to get to 279, improve his score by 110 pins from game 1. 169 in the opener. Now it looks like Wesley might just be a touch further left than we saw Russo last game. Speed-wise though, big difference. Russo's ball seemed to be tilting just a tad too soon. From time to time, once he made the switch to urethane in about the 3rd or 4th frame. He was able to get to 207, but had a few hits that obviously could have gone the other way. Could have been in the 220s, 230s, 240s. So both players are using urethane.
Oh.
Seems like the ball speed kind of tamed out the end of that pattern a little bit. Obviously, Having some premier players on the left side. Seeing the lanes the same way here. Probably helping shape out the pattern a little bit. Looks like he's going to switch to another urethane ball. I think there's the purple hammer. It's all good. It's all good, Wesley. Nice 279 from Wesley Lowe. He'll get to plus 48. That's good stuff. Just like that, game 2 over. Game 3. Second round qualifying for the men this week at the 2019 USBC Team USA Trials and US Amateur. We are live at Gold Coast in Las Vegas, Nevada, sitting behind lanes of 43 through 46. A big thank you to the staff here at Gold Coast, Mike Kaufman, Louis Jimenez, my main man Dave, whole team for taking care of us and taking care of the bowlers. The tournament staff this week. On the operations side, we have Greg Moore, James O'Connor, Kathy Prang, Robin and Chip McKee. Representing Team USA in high performance, Stephen Padilla, Katie Ford. On our side of the fence, Brant Houghton, Matt Cannizzaro, Jason Thomas, Lindenwood University Hall of Famer, Emil Williams Jr. I'm Aaron Smith.
You know that doesn't really apply here.
It doesn't have to
First of
apply.
all,
It's a thing.
You're right. It is a thing. I'm just saying, like, you know, if you would have said 10-time Team USA member.
Well,
just in relation to the event.
as we discussed, you're just getting into your 4 tournaments this year, so I think you're going to have a few years to go before your Team USA ready. I don't doubt the skills are there, but I think we need a good full year. Get those.
For the senior team.
Got to get those 4 tournaments in. Some steady time at the ITRC. You'll be ready. Then we can just add those up as they come along. But it applies. It plays.
No, you're right.
It's no different than.
You know how I am, yeah.
I'll switch it up between collegiate national champion and Lindenwood University Hall of Famer. How about that?
One of my finer moments in 2018. 2018. It was, you know, that was kind of a definition of what 2018 is all about.
This is one of those moments where we have Brant listening in, and we really hope he's listening to the stream right now. He has his headphones on.
That was a priceless reaction that we should have. Yeah, internet. We try to have a little fun every now and then, folks.
This is true. The between game breaks, what really makes and breaks the squad.
This could be a thing.
The mid-game break.
Yeah.
Sponsored by 20 Great Team.
Yeah, this could be a thing. Maybe we, you know, depending on how long the break is. It varies per tournament, of course.
This is true.
And so, you know, we've thrown out questions to our viewers throughout the first couple days. Maybe this is I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I like it. Before we get off on that tangent, however, which you're very good at, and I like that we do that, few more people to thank for their hard work this week. Brunswick. Rick Cruz and Rick Barbera here helping us with official scoring and, of course, making sure that live scoring is up and running each day so you folks can follow your favorite athletes throughout the course of their journey. Kegel, the official lane maintenance. I'm going to do that all over again. That was poor. Kegel, the lane wow. Kegel, the official lane maintenance provider here at Team USA Trials. Herman Glenn on site, taking care of the lanes. Of course, Logo Infusion, the official jersey sponsor of Team USA and Junior Team USA. See, I like the suggestion in the chat here from our buddy Silver, who's been hanging out with us during the break. Trivia time and giveaways. That'd be all right. Gonna have to start talking to some people about that. See what we can do. All right, game 3. Ready and underway. Mason Moore is going to kick things off. Last time we saw Mason here at Gold Coast and on Bowl TV, he helped create a timeless moment. As we waited for the lanes to kick on after warm-up at the collegiate shootout, Midland and William Penn were on the same pair of lanes, and they just happened to be on one of our featured pairs. And of course, college kids, they're innovative, think of new ways, have some fun. So Mason and the leadoff bowler for William Penn both went up and threw a shot without a bowling ball.
That was a very priceless moment.
And not only did they just go through the motion of throwing the bowling ball, they reacted to it in unison almost, as planned out. Very similar ball speeds for both players. And not only did William Penn and Midland teams cheer for the sure strikes, the entire place just exploded for throwing such powerful strikes that we could see in our imagination. Messengers everywhere. Pins flying out from the back.
It was one of the finer things I've seen on the lanes.
And then?
And hilarious at the same time.
And then the lights came on. Just like that. They just needed to throw that Titanic strike. I don't know if a Titanic strike is a thing. But welcome back to Bowl TV, Mason. Also joined by Lamaki Welch, Josh Singer, Clifford Baltazar, and Brian Eaton. Over on 45 and 46, we have Norman Baldwin, Michael Duran, Nick DeCesario, Eddie Langdon, and 2018 Junior Team USA member Adam Zimmerman. Adam getting ready to step up here for his first shot.
Good early break for Adam. Some fans of Adam Vito checking in. In regards to the moment that Aaron described with Midland, also want to give a shout out to William Penn. You probably said that already, but I just missed it. Of course you did. Sorry, I'm not feeling great right now. A little under the weather. Need some throat lozenges. But anyway, good shot from Mason. Looks like someone said it's in there. It's on the Facebook page, probably Midland. And then also it is on, it's actually in the archives on Bowl TV.
"22 seconds of glory." And the timeless Emil Williams Jr. chuckle. Link now available in the chat. Another good question, has there ever been a 300 on the featured pair? Not just this event, but any event you guys have covered, and yes. In fact, the last time we had the cameras working for a few days at the Glenn Carlson Las Vegas Invitational, we not only had a 300 shot by an individual, Jordan Lovett of Pikeville, we also had a Baker 300 in the final game of the men's bracket, courtesy of Weber International. So they do come and go. Obviously, 70 lanes going right here, so when cool things happen across the center that we can't catch on Bowl TV, we do our best to capture it for social media. Once again, the Sport of Bowling USBC, that's the USBC Facebook page, at USBC on Twitter, and at US Bowling Congress on Instagram. Places to check out. So the Zach Mitchell 300, hopefully going to be up there soon. Keep an eye out for it as well. Appears we do have Zach Mitchell's 300 just posted 1 minute ago. Thanks to our good buddy Matt Cannizzaro. Man, 10 back on all three of them. Solid shots right there. Congratulations, Zach. Second 300. 2019 event.
Early three-bagger for Michael Durant. Now, I've only bowled, or excuse me, not just yet, covered this event for 1 year, I guess a year and a couple of days at this point, but I feel like I always see Michael competing in various events. Maybe I'm just thinking of last year, but I know I've seen him in other places.
Now he makes his way around to events, so. I've seen Michael compete quite a few times over the course of the past couple of years. Three-bagger as well for Zimmerman. It's the U15 Junior Gold Champion in 2014, Buffalo, New York. Now part of the Weber International Collegiate Program. As we mentioned, Junior Team USA member. 2018.
Aaron's got that look in his eye. I know what that means. There could be some standings on the way.
They did just receive them, so start the posting process. And but at first glance, it looks really good to shoot 300 in game 2. That helps you get to the top of the standings. So that's a spoiler alert, as the kids say.
4-bagger for Adam Zimmerman. And really starting to see, kind of as we thought or discussed, I think there's still there's not as a decent mix of third, fourth arrow. Some folks are still trying to make some things work near somewhere between first and second arrow. You can see just looking across the lanes here. But it looks like, I won't say the vast majority, and that's simply because we can't see the entire house, but most now seem to be at minimum around 15 at the arrows. And left.
As we mentioned, Zach Mitchell, 300, catapulted him to the top of the standings after 2 games here in round 2, 497. Alex Orji, 255, 235. He's at 490 after 2. Mick Eaton, 470 in third. Dio Bernard, 469. Tom Hess, 466. Anthony Nyer, 463. Michael Martell, 458. Jonathan Lovett, I mentioned he had a big game as well. Bounced back after a 169 start with 286. He's at 455. Michael Harmon Jr. Some struggles for him in game 2 after leading after 450. Wesley Lowe, we saw him go from 169 to 279. He's at 448 to round out the top 10. 47 players even or better after 2. So we look at the overall standings. Anthony Nyer continues to lead, 9 points. Wesley Lowe makes a big jump now in second place, 14 points. Dio Bernard, 24. John Janowitz, Double J at 25. Nick Crummel, 30. Michael Martell, 32. Nate Stubler, 38. Ryan Carlisi, 39. Tommy McNeil, 45. And Tom Hankey, 47 points. Once again, we expect to see quite a bit of fluctuation throughout the course of the block, but you gotta get there one way or the other.
after a tough start from Nick. 4-bagger. Yeah, resilience is important. Not only in life, obviously, but athletics, sports, and certainly in bowling. I mean, those who have competed at least once or twice in your life probably had a start like Nick's once or twice. And really, it's about how you respond. Nick has responded very well. Norman Baldwin, clean, minus 63 through a couple. Good shot. You see an example of him still throwing your thing. Michael Duran a little further left with something that looks to be reactive and having some success as well. So, the lane's kind of proven that you can do a couple of different things. Nick right about 13 at the arrows there. Don't forget, folks, live scoring is available. I know many of you have already checked that out and been following it for quite some time, but just wanted to remind you, just in case you're joining us for the first time in a while, live scoring available. All the links you need in the event description. Daily results, the men's day 1 results, the U.S. amateur overall results in that regard, lane condition. Eddie Langdon. First strike. I'm with you on that one, Eddie. It's a grind out there.
Few players looking to make a move on 45 and 46, get a little bit closer to plus here. Norman Baldwin and Michael Duran put together nice games. Kind of get their different ways too, even though they're kind of in the same area right now. Looks like Norman's still in urethane, a little bit slower ball speed. Mike's looks like he's using something with a little bit more surface. And a little more ball speed. Actually looks like he's using something reactive, so both kind of hoping the ball just kind of dies off the spot and rolls up nicely into the 1-3 pocket. And Zimmerman, was working on 3 in a row. It's bad timing on my part. Looked like the footing didn't quite agree at the line there. Sitting at plus 38 through 2 games. Norman unable to cover up. 310 finishes at 206. Yeah, that makes a good bounce back shot there. 9-pin, costs him the spare. Still a chance to get to 219. Question in the chat about the oil pattern. 30